Hey everyone, Wade here with KW1 Adventures, out fishing this morning. Just purchased a kayak and it's Old Town 106. Trying it out this morning and finding it to be challenging in some ways, but I don't think it's impossible to learn, and I think I've kind of got it figured out by now. I'm trying to figure out how to multitask, like pedal and fish at the same time and steer the boat. And for me, that's a challenge because I'm not really a multitasker, but having a good time out here this morning, to say the least, and looking forward to many more adventures on kayak. Hoping to get Kim one soon. She can join me and we can go together on these adventures. All right, got my first fish, little bass. Not bad. I'm probably about 30 yards away from that guy, and he's not worried about me at all. Those birds are usually pretty skittish. Pretty nice one there. A good shot of him. Nice bass. Well, this was the end of my first day. Had a good experience, caught a couple of fish, but I was more so trying to learn how to use the kayak. Ran into a few challenges like wind and running into the bank and stuff like that. But overall, a very good experience, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm just hitting the water a little bit after daybreak. A cold front just come through, and I'm not sure if fish are even going to bite or not. My experience with cold fronts has usually not been a good thing. It's before the cold front comes through that you can catch fish. So I'm just trying to learn my kayak. One of the trickiest things that I've seen is trying to figure out the wind, because the wind's going to blow you. You need an anchor. That's one thing I've realized. I didn't bring one today, and I should have, because there's a lot more wind than what I realized. And I got the wind blowing right in my face, and I'm going right on across this lake like it's nothing. So I'm very pleased with that. Very therapeutic. I really think I made a good investment here. I'm looking forward to a lot of good fishing opportunities, more or less good exercise. The thing I figured out, you can go your own pace. You can cruise. I went all over this side of the lake yesterday and didn't even feel like I had exercised at all, really, because I went slow. I'm going a little faster this morning, and I'm going to do a little fishing here in a minute, see what happens. So because I didn't realize there was such a strong north wind that's blowing against right where I put in, I'm going to paddle across the lake and just drift back to the truck as I fish. So along the way I had a little bit of breakfast, enjoyed a sandwich, and just easy doing it this morning. I finally got over here, so now let's see what the fishing's all about this morning. I think those are otters, I believe. I can't tell if it's beaver or otter, but it's one of the two. The fishing was terrible this morning. Talked to 3 other fishermen. They didn't catch anything either, and just like I said, when a northern cold front comes through, it's just not good fishing. They say winds from the east, fish bite the least, but I don't know. This is about the same caliber in my book. However, I did find plenty of entertainment, had a great time this morning, and looking forward to tomorrow because my wife is getting a new kayak and we're coming together. So we're out here on Lake Clark today. Kim's first voyage in her brand new kayak.
Old Town kayak.
What do you think about the boat, Kim?
I like it. It was easy to get out in it. I've got my little stuff I can grab right here. Pedals. I like it. I just need a paddle now.
Yeah, we got one paddle, but we're gonna work on that. One thing that I always enjoy is nature. I probably never get enough of seeing wildlife and just green plants, trees, so forth. Love the outdoors, love being outside, and so thankful that I can do that. And is a blue heron. Beautiful bird.
He is picking me a lily pad flower because he knows I like lily pads. He's the sweetest thing. And he had to paddle over there to do it. He's just gonna pick me a bouquet of lily pad flowers. I love him.
One thing I figured out real quick is you can't use the foot pedals or the rotor and when you're in weeds or moss or lily pads. You have to use a paddle, and if you don't, you get all tangled up and then you have a mess. We were just talking about the color of the boat, how beautiful it is, and Kim's shirt kind of matches, goes with it. She's looking stylish out here today. Got the smile going on, the hat, the shades. She's ready to knock it out.
Well, my first trip out, it was easy getting in the boat, easy getting out. My hubby picked me some beautiful lily pad flowers that I love. I was able to get to everything, learned how to use my paddle, put it in and out. Been a great morning. So after spending some time on the lake and kayaking last weekend, I kind of got hooked. Kinda, yeah. So Wade decided, he had already decided this is what he wanted to do. He did his research, found a great kayak, and when I seen it, I was like, wow.
We went to Caddo Lake and we got one of the kayaks that you have to paddle with your hands, and about wore us out in the heat, everything else. And as I started doing research, I found some that had foot pedals and rotor, and then I went and bought a used one from a guy. And I know that was kind of risky, but I'm glad I did. I got a good deal on it, and it's a very good kayak. I fell in love with it, and I came home and told Kim all about it.
I have a kayak now.
So yesterday we went and bought her a kayak.
I had a wonderful time, and the difference between paddling and pedaling was,
Night and day.
yes, complete night and day. What would have limited me with the paddle, I didn't have that limitation today, and I was able to go much farther, much longer. I enjoyed it. It didn't wear me out, and I could see myself doing this way more often.
Yeah, we plan on taking them out, and they have some now that have trolling motors. I looked at some 12-foot, but we settled on the 10-foot. It's an Old Town 106 PDL, and I'd watched a few videos on that. I knew I wanted to fish with this thing, and I found out real quick that the 10-footer is a lot more maneuverable than the 12-footer, and so that's what we got.
And who knows, I might be fishing out of mine.
You will be. Yeah, we plan on doing lots of fishing, but we also plan on doing some rivers and stuff like that. The neat thing about these boats is you can pull the pedals up and the rotor up and go right on about your business. I got into some lily pads today and found out that's not what you want to do with these things. Get those pedals up and the rotors up and just paddle through that, and you'll be all right. So a lot of challenges, but here's the biggest challenge we had of the day: putting two kayaks with the foot pedals and the rotors and everything, all the equipment and stuff, into two boats into the back of my pickup. We got up at 4:30. Started loading the boat about 5:30, I believe. It was still dark. That was a big mistake. It took us probably a good 30 minutes or longer to get everything loaded up, secure, and It really put us on the lake a little bit too late. When we came out a little bit too late, it was really hot by the time we got out, and so that's lesson one learned. We got to find an easier way to transport these kayaks.
And also, we're going to find a way for me to go, if I want to go by myself, where I can load and unload. So we've got some research and to do, and lots of trials and errors, but we're going to make this work.
Yeah, I've seen some guys build some ramps and put winches, little small winches on their trucks, so it can be done. And I'm hoping her and Valerie, our daughter, can go out and spend some time together too. It doesn't always have to be me or Kim. It could be me and Val, and that's what we're looking forward to, is some really good times with two good kayaks. I'm so glad we got them.
Oh, me too.
All right. Well, that's about a wrap for today, and we will catch you next time. We'll go into a little more detail about these two kayaks as we start figuring them out, and just kind of give you our opinions on them, our thoughts, and so forth. But until then, we will see you on another. Y'all have a good day. God bless.